Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is, will CERN destroy the earth, or will it bring in 3 days of darkness, or will it open other dimensions? And before we get started, let me say happy 4th of July, because you'll probably be watching this on about or around the 4th of July, Independence Day. And so I think we should celebrate our independence. We might not have too many more years of it. So what we do have, the blessings of God, we should certainly thank Him. So, CERN. This is from Doug Woodward, one of our speakers from a few years back. He's got a website called Rebooting the Bible. The headline is, The Dangers of CERN, Are They For Real? Now, let me just say, I was only doing one program on the CERN thing, but so much more information came to me, especially two very powerful visions, that I felt like I have to bring you more information on it. So this particular article says, the eminent physicist Dr. Stephen Hawking has warned us that this machine could create things such as microscopic black holes. I'm going to read that again because that's going to be important in just a second. Microscopic black holes. Additionally, in disrupting the metastable vacuum of the universe which envelops the Earth, disruptions can come at us at the speed of light. I'll say that again, that's important. Disruptions can come at us at the speed of light. This could happen at any time, and we wouldn't see it coming. Hawking envisions a vacuum bubble moving at near the speed of light, which would consume everything, the Earth, and perhaps the entire cosmos. He says, just how strange are strangelets? He says, when particle accelerators, okay, it's not going to be too complicated. Okay, this is just a little bit of background because it's going to be important here in just a second. When particle accelerators collide, hadrons at greater than 10 TeV, they create the world's most explosive substance known to humanity, the strangelet. Strangelets are stable particles. As such, as they attract to themselves non-stable material, which happens to be all the matter that we have residing with us, around us, and under us in this revolving sphere we call Earth. Strangelets cannot be contained. They sink right through the floor and head straight to the core of the Earth, where they are trapped due to electromagnetic forces of our planet. Once they are parked there, the surrounding ordinary matter is drawn towards the stable strangelets. These lures manifest themselves back near the surface of the planet in the form of tectonic movements and volcanic activities along Earth's crustal plates. Meaning, the things that CERN is doing could not only do volcanoes, earthquakes, it possibly could even destroy our planet, as we talked about yesterday. No wonder the CERN features Shiva, the god of destruction, in their courtyard. So, do you suppose it's possible that someone at CERN knew exactly what it could do? Destroy the world? And that is actually part of their plans? Remember, they told Benjamin Fulford that we've ruled this planet for thousands of years, we'll destroy it rather than give it up. Maybe they weren't kidding. The god of destruction in the courtyard, and chose to position the LHC, now look at this, on top of the ancient Roman temple of Apollyon, as in Abaddon, as in home to the Scorpion King. Hopefully you recognize those words. Those words are Apollyon, Abaddon, and Scorpions. We speculate that it is the doorway. We speculate that it is the doorway to the abyss of Revelation 9:11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath its name Apollyon. Here's the scripture. So essentially it's saying that we're going to locate this LHC right over an ancient portal where it could very well be that these locusts come out that have stings in their tails like scorpions, and their powers hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the king of the bottomless pit. So it could very well be that at some future date, hopefully not July the 5th of 2022, but they are firing it up again, July the 5th. Hopefully not then. It will open the bottomless pit and out of the bottomless pit come these locusts upon the earth. Now, I don't think that's happening yet. I think we got more time, but I've been wrong before. Goes on in the article just how blatant is the occult agenda at CERN. He says CERN doesn't hide the fact that they seek to open portals to another universe. Exactly what comes through the portal isn't known and doesn't seem to bother them one bit. As proclaimed by CERN's press releases and statements, they are seeking to open gateways to other dimensions. Out of this door, they say, might come something, or we might send something through it. Leading scientists assert the LHC, the Titanic machine, they call it, may possibly create or discover previously unimagined scientific phenomena. That's right, it might be unimagined, and it might just destroy us. Or unknown of unknowns, for instance, an extra dimension. They openly say it. We're just about done with this. Then I'm going to get to some very powerful stuff. If you look at this symbol on the left, that is actually the symbol of this organization. It says, passed down through ages, this knowledge became entrusted to secret societies, whose sole purpose was realizing a modern version of the Tower of Babel. We talked about that yesterday. In other words, Eve was seeking wisdom. They were building a Tower of Babel to seek wisdom. And then President Harry Truman, or was it Eisenhower, apparently, the report is, met with them and made a deal to allow them to abduct humans in exchange for knowledge or technology. One such society is the Brotherhood of Saturn, and that's what their emblem is. The Brotherhood of Saturn, Germany's most secret and impactful secret society. Today, that tower has been built, once again, a mechanism that can work wonders in connecting humankind to the gods, connecting humans to gods. That's the same thing Eve was trying to do, same thing Tower of Babel is trying to do, and also Truman, trying to get technology in exchange for whatever it costs. Connecting humankind to the gods, and whose self-admitted goal is to open portals to allow such lesser entities once again to transit to and from the earth. Now, here's the shocking part. So, this Byron Searle, we've interviewed him. We've read part of his prophecies and visions before. So I got 2 visions that he sent me. He said, apparently what you did spurred me. And so I felt led to send them to you. And he hasn't released them before. So this is brand new, recent released information. So he said, on August the 8th of 2018, I had a vision. During prayer that day, the Lord spoke to me and said, my son, go ahead and share dark matter, for the time is near. Be blessed during this time of feasts. I'm coming soon. So he says, I was praying and I heard the Lord speak. Now, this is back in 2018. He said, I heard the Lord speak and say, dark matter. And by the way, that's the way he speaks a lot of times. I remember when he talked to Bree Keaton, the first thing she heard was just the word pygmies. The next day she heard, go feed the pygmies. So just hearing 2 words like that is very common. Well, for those people who hear God. Dark matter. At first I thought, what is that? What is dark matter? I continued to pray, but the Lord then repeated it several more times. And I thought, Lord, why are you telling me this? Again, I continued praying. But after that, he repeated it a few more times. I felt to stop praying and listen to what he wanted me to tell me. I sat down with my Bible and was drawn to the scriptures listed above. I then asked the Lord if this is where he wanted me to read, and he replied, yes, dark matter. Instantly, I was drawn into an open-eye vision and found myself standing in front of the statue of the goddess of Shiva in front of CERN. I asked, what am I doing here? He asked, what do you see? I said, I see a false god named Shiva. He said, what does it represent? Not really being 100% sure, I said, I think it represents chaos and destruction. He said, my son, you are correct. In a very short time, America will live this. I understand this to mean that America will soon be living in chaos and destruction. I asked the Lord, what about dark matter? I understand America will live in chaos and destruction, so why are you saying dark matter? I was immediately taken inside of a laboratory at the CERN building. I was standing behind a man facing a glassed-in contained area. He had on a white lab coat, and his arms were inside gloves inserted through the glass into this area. He was working. I saw many rows of tiny silver-colored vials in a container inside the glass. They were about 1 inch high and a half inch in diameter. The man was using extreme caution as he worked. He used mechanical fingers to very carefully pick up one vial at a time and slowly place it into a small box. He closed and sealed the lid on the box and carefully brought it out, placing it on a table. The next box, as he was pulling through the glass, accidentally caught and popped open. The vial flew out of the box, hit the floor, and broke open. Immediately, and he said, instantly, the room was filled with darkness. So dark and so fast, I couldn't see a thing. The darkness exploded, filling the entire room in a fraction of a second with total pitch black darkness. The scene changed. I was now outside the building. The darkness flew out of the building, expanding in every direction. The more it spread, the faster it seemed to go, covering more and more land. The Lord said, "Dark matter will cover the world for 3 days." The people in this building will be responsible for unleashing dark matter. They're collecting it to use as a weapon. A drop of dark matter escapes, and the world is plunged into darkness. During this time, portals will be opened, and unimaginable things will be released upon man. He took me up very high to where I had a view of the whole earth. I watched as the darkness spread so quickly, going out in every direction until it covered the whole earth. As the vision was ending, the Lord showed me a man's face in the distance. As I continued to watch, his face brought closer and closer and got larger and clearer. When his face was close to me, I saw that this man had a gray beard, long grayish hair, wearing a lab coat. He was horrified. He was screaming in terror. This was the man who had accidentally released dark matter into the world. The vision ended. The Lord spoke and said, "My son, I've shown you this to prepare the people, to prepare my remnant. The dark matter will diffuse in 3 days, and light will return to the earth. Nothing will be the same ever again. I'm coming soon. Through the dark matter, be ready, my remnant." I don't want to believe this, but I have heard many people talk about 3 days of darkness. 3 days of darkness is coming. I always thought that it was, let's see, I got it right here. I thought it was Revelation 16:8, where the sun scorches me and gets 7 times hotter. Isaiah 30, verse 26, I believe it is. And then in Revelation 16, the seed of the beast is filled with darkness, and so the sun goes out for 3 days just prior to Jesus returning. So when they were saying 3 days of darkness, I thought, okay, well, that's probably what it is. That's 3 days just before Jesus returns. No big deal, because at that point I planned to be at the marriage supper of the Lamb about 4 months before. This changes everything. Could this be what you're probably, as you're listening, you've heard other people talk about 3 days of darkness coming. I have. But I never dreamed it was this. I'd like to say it's the end of the story, but it's not. There's more. So then 6/12 of 2019, now this is about a year later, he says, I was thinking about the CERN vision. I began praying, seeking the Lord about it, and asking him if there was further insight and revelation into it. This is the same Byron Searle. He wanted to give me the following word is what he spoke to me. My son, I heard your prayers asking what CERN plays in the last days. When the fifth trumpet sounds, a star falls to the earth to open the bottomless pit. Notice, my children, this star is a him, not an asteroid. This star will be given, in other words, it's an angel. This star will be given the key to the bottomless pit. This means that an angel will fly at an appointed time, will unlock the pit, which is what I thought would happen, except for I didn't realize it connected to CERN. Appointed time will unlock the pit that will be opened by CERN. The key will be the catalyst to open a portal, and the smoke and locusts that come through will be interdimensional. Wow. I thought this was all, I had a correct understanding, but I didn't see that it was coming through CERN. I suspected it, but now we have confirmation. There's more. My son, many of my servants have seen giants and giant beasts in dreams and visions. Now, remember, we talked about this, okay? Remember the, who was it? Go Forth Parnell, Go Forth Parnell, what's her name? Vicky, said that the Lord showed her that the seven thunders, what they uttered was release the giants. I put that on the program. The next day, someone sent me an email. Yeah. The Lord told me that was release the giants 2 years ago, and gave me a link to her blog spot. Sure enough, went there, and sure, she had said it 2 years ago. So now we have two people saying that release, where it says the seven thunders say release the giants. Let me say it again. The seven thunders say release the giants. What are the giants? The giants are the half sons of God and half daughters of men. The giants in the earth, Genesis chapter 6. So he's saying here, my son, many of my servants have seen giants and giant beasts in dreams and visions, meaning as something starts getting closer, Amos 3:7 says, surely the Lord God would do nothing except he revealeth his secret to his servant the prophets. But he also reveals the plans of the enemy. Thank you, Lord, for revealing the plans of the enemy. So this is, in my opinion, this is confirmed. This is not foolishness. This is not rubbish. And if we have eyes to see and ears to hear, we'll bend forward and we'll bend our ears forward and we'll listen to this. Many of my servants have seen giants and giant beasts in dreams and visions, meaning it's coming. These are the product of CERN. There are CERNs in many nations around the world. Now, I didn't know that. I knew that China had one. I knew that they had tried to create one here in the DFW area, but they didn't. It's closed. At least that's what I was told. In many nations around the world, smaller versions of the Large Hadron Collider that is at CERN in Switzerland. The evil men are working on a way to link them all together and to open even larger portals for interdimensional beings, or the fallen ones, or the reptilians, whatever you want to call them, entities to come through. These are the unnatural sights I warned you about, in other words. My son, you will see in the coming days many unnatural sights. Tell my children, it is the devil trying to deceive them. Do not believe what you hear, for if it is not in my word, it is a lie from the master of lies. The last days are going to be fraught with every evil imagination that man can devise, just as in the days of Noah, when the fallen angels gave instructions to man to every evil to be conceived. It will be like that again. My son, there will be giants and hybrid animals. There will be demons posing as aliens from other worlds. We talked about that, 2 weeks ago? There will be every deviant sin that Satan can think of to deceive the world and my people. My son, prepare my children to understand that things will never be the same on earth again. CERN will open portals and develop dark matter into a weapon. These will be the days of gross darkness to the world, both in the natural and in the spirit. So let's go to Revelation 9, 1 to 3. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven to the earth, and to him, meaning it's an angel, was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there rose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. And to them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. All of this lines up with the word, my brothers and sisters. We better, how do I say this? We better have our jaw set, our heart in the right place, sins removed, reading our Bible, memorizing a Bible, prayer closet. We better know who we are in the Lord, because we're all about to be tested. Sorry, there's not going to be a pre-trib rapture. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, so this is the loaf of bread that I made. That's my kitchen counter. I actually took that picture. This is another loaf of bread before we cut it. Off to the left, this is a picture in our warehouse. Each one of those bags is what you call a tote. It's a 4-foot by 4-foot bag, about 2,000 pounds of wheat in it, and we got lots of them. Here, I think I've got another picture. Yeah, there you go. Lots of them, and these are old pictures. We got more than that even now. See, each one of these right here, those are 50-pound bags. Those are all gone because this is actually a couple of months old picture. And all of it, like this empty space here, this empty space, that's all gone. Matter of fact, we're not even getting them in totes anymore. We're getting them in what they call pro boxes. And it's 2,500 pounds per pro box. It has a little hopper on the bottom. We put the 7-gallon pail below it, and we open the hopper, and we fill about 200 of those. Two guys fill about 200 pails in about 20 minutes through this little hopper. And they bring it in the truck with a hopper, handle it all with a forklift. So it had to become very efficient. All right, now let's talk about Joseph's Kitchen. What you want to do, go to Joseph's Kitchen, and you have to order yourself a machine package. In the machine package, if you can see, this right here is the grinder. It's called a mill. And then you put that along with the ingredients into the sake bread machine. Now, that's only the mechanicals. That's why we call it the machine package. Then you decide how much food you want. You want to have food 1 person 1 year, 2 people 1 year, 4 people 1 year, 6 people 1 year. Another thing, I do not recommend that you just put this all aside, that you just put it away and forget about it. I recommend as soon as you get it, you start making bread. There is a little bit of a learning curve to making bread. Now, having made about 80 loaves now, I've got to where, we're making some pretty fancy bread. I mean, it's really good. It's the primary thing that we eat around our house and all of that. But it'll cut your food costs. As a matter of fact, I think it's safe to say, if you start eating this bread immediately, the reduced food cost will pay for it. So, you want to get either 2 people 1 year, 4 people 1 year, or 6 people 1 year. Then, if you're thinking that the electricity might go out, we have a solution for that right now, and it's our bread solar generator, and that's on a pre-order right now. If you go ahead and order it, I think you'll get it in 2 to 4 weeks. That's just a guess. I'm a little bit out of that loop. But I'd recommend go to Joseph's Kitchen, and this just shows you, yes, we got a lot of weight. We're preparing for this. Next thing I recommend you do is go to cornerstoneassetmetals.com. We had only been with them, 2 or 3 months, and I called their office one day. I said, "This is Stan Johnson with Prophecy Club." "Oh, my goodness, Prophecy Club. We love Prophecy Club people." I was shocked. She says, "You're Prophecy Club people. We have people from all over call us." She said, "But we love Prophecy Club people because they got their eyes open, their ears on. They know what's going on out there. We love Prophecy Club people. Send us Prophecy Club people." So if you think about getting gold or silver, here's the people to call. Just mention Prophecy Club when you call. Also, if you want your car to start, we will send you to empshield.com. Now, this is the one that I'm going to put on my wife's car. And yes, I've been a little negligent. I should have already put it on there. But here's the way it works. So it's got 3 wires. Red wire goes on the red side of your battery. The black wire goes on the black side of your battery. And the green wire goes on your auto body. Then you just peel this off the back, stick it someplace. Clean it first, stick it someplace. Takes, even if you're not mechanically inclined, take you about 10 minutes to put this device on your car. And that way, when the EMP hits or something like that, or some kind of sunspot hits and nobody else's car starts, as several people have seen in their dreams and visions, hopefully yours will. Same thing can be had for your home. And if you have your computer or your bread machine plugged in to one that this is hooked up on your home, then the word on the street is that it protects it. If you'll go to empshield.com, and if you use the promo code PROPHECY, they give you a $50 discount for that. And my understanding is that if you don't have it, it fries every computer chip in your car. And your car is pretty much useless because they're not going to be able to. There's so many computer chips in your car, they won't be able to replace it. Just throw the car away. Same thing with your home. Refrigerators won't work. All your computers won't work. Anything that has a computer chip, fried, dead, and it's not coming back to life again. So it's well worth the investment to try to protect. Like the old saying says, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. So, EMPshield.com, promo code PROPHECY, CornerstoneAssetMetals.com, or Joseph'sKitchen.com. If you go to WatchProphecyClub.com, we have a very awesome special for you. We're offering 7 2.5-hour DVDs valued at $210, normally $30 each, for a gift of $20. All of them you can watch for a gift of $20, and you can stream them all, 7, for the next 90 days, all for a gift of $20. Now, here are the 7 you get to watch. Russian defector invasion warning with Stanislav Lunev. This is the guy that came over and said, yes, they've smuggled suitcase nuclear bombs in America. This is the guy. You want to see him? Here it is. And then Russia's secret weapon to defeat America, Bill Snevelin, talking about scalar wave. Russian bear awakes, me talking about how the Russian bear has been awaking. And the storm judgment revival, this is what we talked about a lot from Shane Warren when he's talking about how he saw a storm, an economic storm, and then the Gulf Lakes open up all the way down to Mexico, things like that. Top Secret Soviet War Plans by Jeff Nyquist. This is the guy that researches various Russian defectors. He's the one guy that brought us Stanislav Lunev, and he talks about how they plan to take out America. Then we had Pastor Massey talk on Babylonians are coming. He had like 7 different dreams or visions, also talking about the fall of America. And my favorite speaker, Henry Groover, talking on I Saw Subs Attack America. Now, here's how you can watch all 7 of them for a gift of $20. Go to WatchProphecyClub.com, and then you want to click right here. Or actually, just scroll down to here, and it'll look like this. Click on Russia and Bible Prophecy. Click right here, and then you can go in, click here, you sign up. Now, this is a really good deal to get Russian Video 7 DVD bundle for $20 for 3 months. That's a good deal. But the best deal is right here. You can get $20 a month forever, and you can watch a number of over 300 DVDs. But the best deal is right here. Get an annual subscription, $200 a year, and you can have all of these 300 DVDs at your access anytime you want to, and you can do that by going to WatchProphecyClub.com. The best deal is not $20 a month. The best deal is $200 a year, and you can watch over 300 DVDs. Really good deal. WatchProphecyClub.com. Go check it out. $20 a month or $200 a year. Click like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend.